Hey everyone, my name is Diamond Dr. 10 and today I have quite an exciting story for y'all about my gaming club experience in middle school. But first, I want to ask y'all to please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video if you enjoy this content. I also want to say that the past 2 months uploads got pushed back to May because college is extremely difficult, but more great videos are on the way. For all video and stream updates, follow me on Twitter at DD10YouTube and follow Indians for DD10, my officially endorsed fan page. And also follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/DiamondDoctor10. Alright, thanks guys. Let's get right to it. So at the beginning of my 6th grade year, there was a Minecraft club. It was in combination with the gaming club. I more considered myself in the Minecraft club at that point, but now it's more the gaming club. I didn't play any other games, but I did fuck around a lot. So I guess I was in the gaming club. It was the same club anyways, but Minecraft club. The beginning of the club was very fun. There were always snacks brought in by parents. There were a lot of good conversations going around, a lot of good starter worlds. And the two guys who are running it, I think they were 7th and 8th graders maybe, or just 7th graders originally, were super nice and they cared about the server that they were making. One day, one of them came dressed up as Steve in a cardboard costume he made. That's how passionate these kids were, is that together they made a costume for us. I know they might be like, oh, that's cringe, oh, he made a costume. Come on. Think, Mark. Who the fuck cares? We were kids, we liked it, that's all that matters. Let's move on. There were a whole bunch of people running it and a whole bunch of students that had a lot of input going into it, and once it started, it was super fun. There was a decent server that we had rented out, and it had like PvP and it had this huge map. It was amazing, and the two guys who were the front runners, they did a phenomenal job, but the librarians who ran it, because that's where our main computer area was, they did not like the fact that we had PvP games. So they kind of shut that down, and there wasn't any real dedicated server really. Everybody was just playing on their LAN worlds, and the thing about LAN worlds is that anybody can join. So there was just a lot of infighting about who stole what on whose world. Some people just came on to me and my friend's world and just fuck shit up, but I didn't care. I was having a great time. But as it went along, the two guys who ran the club eventually left because of the drastic changes in the server and what the club was supposed to be, since these kids wanted to actually start it. And after they left, there was a stalemate in the club. A lot of other people left as well, and there wasn't any dedicated server anymore that was taken offline, so we had to exclusively do LAN worlds at the time. But we did get another server, which was just a standard SMP, and it was amazing. I had found a house pretty far away from spawn, and I built it. And it was a pretty good house. And me and my friends also made a tiny village. So once I found the spot and built my house, two of my friends built their houses right next to each other. And they were all right next to me. As the server goes on, more people start crowding around this area, especially a couple kids that I didn't like. Honestly, they were just dicks, but they were there, and I let them live there because they weren't a problem to me. They didn't kill me, they didn't take my stuff or anything like that. And our little village actually grew quite a bit. There were neighboring villages all around this area, so somehow I had created the hotspot for this entire server. Surprisingly, considering how far I actually made it from the spawn, everybody just found it just all right. So I basically became de facto leader of this village. Obviously, I still didn't have the biggest house because there were always people trying to take over. Specifically one kid who will come back later. He's a very important character. But he would always try to build the biggest house, and he was trying to take ownership of the village, claiming it was his. But it wasn't, it was mine. It wasn't just me, it wasn't just mine, it was also my friend's village that we had. But there's a lot of stuff that went on in between there. This was about March-ish, and we had the server for 2 months until May. And once May came, the new kid, who I didn't didn't like who I told you guys to remember, he decided that it would be great if we just fought zombies the entire last day. Nobody had a choice in this, because he would TP the entire map to my village. He was forcing these people who just wanted to play and mine and hang out with their friends and teleport them to the center of my village to fight waves of zombies. A lot of kids died, and they lost all their XP and a lot of their stuff because a lot of people were far away just like I was, and their beds were way across the map, and so they couldn't come back and collect their stuff. I didn't fight, I just hung out in my basement every time since the TP was right in front of my house. But it was all walled off, so people couldn't just rush out. You either killed the zombies, you let other people kill the zombies and you were non-aggressive like I was, or you died and you lost all your stuff. And there's a pretty good chance you lost all your stuff if you died. If this was just a one-time thing, that wouldn't have been a problem at all. I actually quite enjoyed it for the first couple rounds, but after that, it was just boring. And the one kid who kept teleporting everybody because he thought he was the leader of the club, but he just had admin privileges, he was being a huge dick. He would not write down the names of anybody who wanted to be teleported, although that was the popular thing to do. He didn't do it. He just wanted to do what he ever wanted to do. This eventually led to a couple people just leaving throughout the night, and one kid actually started crying, and I feel really bad for that kid because he got yelled at by the guy who was teleporting everybody to the center of my village. Yeah, that's how serious this guy was taking it. Some guy walked up to him and said, "Can you please not teleport me anymore? I'm sick of this. I don't want to play this." He said, "Suck it up." Suck it up. Yeah, that's how much of a dick this guy was. He told this kid to suck it up after he wouldn't make a member of his own club happy. That is a major dick move. And that kid went back to his computer. 10 minutes later, he was just super pissed off about it because he really wanted to play on his server with his friends, but it just wasn't happening. And he eventually started crying. And that kid who was running this whole shit show yelled at him for crying about it. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? I thought to myself as I'm just like hanging out with my friends in my basement after getting teleported. Like, why are you yelling at this kid? And so I basically just said like, hey, you better not. That's not cool. You just let him play. Just stop this. And everybody fucking agreed with me. He didn't stop. He did not stop at all. He kept doing it more. He shortened the times of the rounds and kept teleporting everybody in if they escaped. Every time he saw someone jump out, he teleported everybody back in. He completely destroyed what those first two original boys had created in their Minecraft club. And that was a safe environment for all of us 6th to 8th graders to just play Minecraft with our friends. That was their goal. None of that happened at the end. It was just pure chaos and hate towards this kid. I think anybody who didn't leave and was still playing on that server at that time absolutely despised this kid. Good news is, he didn't come back for next year, which was great. But there was no server and my friends didn't join the Minecraft club. I was just mostly messing around on Photoshop, but huge dick. So yeah, that's the story. It's not very happy ending-ish or anything, but it's just a interesting play of events that I thought would make a pretty decent video. Let me know down in the comments if you hate that kid just as much as I did. But anyways, that was the video. Please follow me on my Twitter, once again at DD10 YouTube, and also follow Indians for DD10, and follow me on twitch.tv/DiamondDoctor10, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, see you guys later.